Kemba Walker, step back, Walker, cardiac Kemba, does it again!
Ubilis, 7 seconds to go. Three-pointer.
Oh! Hutchins! Double order!
Again, comes down to fundamentals.
Oh! My goodness! Sorrentine hit that one from the parking lot.
Watford for the win.
Yes! Yes!
Trip to the Sweet 16. Caney's got it. Rises up. The shot.
And it's good! It's good! From the corner! And it's over! Gonzaga! The flipper still fits! Ha ha! College basketball!
Am I muted? Am I muted? Yep, no, I'm not. I'm good. What's going on? Fellas, what a day. What a freaking day. It's amazing. We still have hoops on, but what a day. Feels good to be back.
Still got hoops on. Currently feeling a little up over 6 units after a really slow fucking start. Started 2-5. I was started 1-3, 2-5, but that's why we bet volume. We're up a little over 5 units to start the day. So even with the half unit betting, but we still got some bets out there. So I still think it could be a green day regardless with these night slates. The night slate treated me well. I don't know about you guys. Elliot, you started off hot. I noticed you were like 3-0 or 3-1 or something.
Yeah, started off 3-1, kind of came back to earth. I'm kind of hovering right around 500. Haven't really tallied up the 7 p.m. games. Haven't had a chance to do that as I was kind of preparing for tomorrow. So I'll kind of do that and see where I lay.
Hand up. I went to an NBA game today. I'll be honest. I went to an NBA game today. I'll be honest. It's not my proudest moment, but I got offered really nice seats to the Pacers game, all you can eat, all you can drink, 2 hours before. So we were watching college basketball. I was streaming it on my phone constantly, even with the NBA game. And I saw a buzzer beater tonight from Giannis Antetokounmpo. But my goodness, that league sucks compared to the beautiful college basketball that we saw today.
Yeah. Yeah. NBA, garbage. College hoops, electric.
What did you guys think of that Field of 68 game stuff?
I mean, classic audio issues, and then the game going down with like 4 minutes left in the first half. The Bonnie game, it was a classic Field of 68, but it was great that we at least had it on all day. Definitely made work go by quick. That's for sure. But yeah, it was good. They need to do it, and I think they were teasing. I don't know if they were joking, but they said they were looking into a 24-hour opening day. So that would be pretty sick.
They mentioned it a couple times, I believe, too. Jeff Goodman did. But what the hell happened? What happened in the Bradley St. Bonaventure game? All of a sudden the lights go out, B-dubs called, and Bradley started to make a run a little bit. But what happened? What did they mention what happened there at all by chance?
Technical difficulties, but yeah, the technical difficulties turned into Bradley getting back into the game when everything came back. But yeah, it was great. Fairfield jumped out. I think it was like 15-2, 17-2 on Penn State. I was like, oh, baby. Oh, it was looking good. And they tied at half. They blew that pretty quick, but they were tied at half. They hung around the whole game. They had the lead, I think, with under 2 minutes left. And then Penn State rattled off an 11-0 run out of their ass, and they lost by 8. But up until about 40 seconds left in the game, plus 950 was live on the table. I was feeling pretty good. It was right there. But yeah, that 8-point game doesn't reflect how tight and on the ropes Penn State actually was that entire game.
They're at
for maybe 5 total minutes.
We were spot on with that bet with the Stags, and the Stags were not very good last year at all whatsoever either. And but they're really good on the perimeter defensively. They run up tempo, and I just think they swarmed Penn State's defense as well. I watched that game intensely because I had Fairfield 15.5 Always do a half unit, but may have not double dipped a little bit off the stuff. But I do want to shout this out as well too. How are you going to handle the whole taxes even on losses starting next year? I don't know if you're a Fed, buddy, but I ain't doing it. I don't care. We don't give a shit. We don't care. I think it actually ended up not like passing completely, and it's more so for people that like actually have a 1099 and then use their losses as getting taxes back or writing their taxes off completely to zeros, because that's what professional gamblers were doing. Considering that they had losses, they were basically making them business expenses, which works against the system, but the system caught up to it as well. So yes. No, Mike. No, similar name, yes, yeah, but we'll figure it out. He went to jail and he got like more famous after that too, as well. How are we feeling though, guys? I mean, it was a great day. What are your thoughts on like how the whole day went?
Well, first off, Murray State looked damn good. Slow start, but man, when they got it rolling, they were rolling. It kind of got a little. The back door was just slightly cracked open there late, and I thought somehow, some way, maybe they just weren't sure how to close a game out, because they definitely took their foot off the gas and it got a little tight. And now with all those new players, I thought maybe they just struggle in that aspect, still win, but it's only ends up being like a 5 or a 4-point win. But they got it down. Yeah, they looked pretty good. I got to go review the scores to refresh my brain. But there were some teams that caught my eye today. They looked pretty good. I was a little wrong on some of them.
And yes, I'm only betting half units this early in the season. Normally, like I said, I don't start off good. I started off 2-5. We're right now sitting at 36-23. We were hucking, man. I loaded up the bank. I've been saving. Yeah, I just bought a house, but I've been saving the bankroll to bet college basketball. And even only doing half units, when you're betting in volume, it adds up. But it works out in the end. Right now it's 36-23. I think Idaho is going to cover the 10.5. They're up 5. They're up 4 with 7 seconds left to go. BYU, I have 7.5. They're struggling. Seattle 11.5. I have. They're up like that number right now, so that'll be interesting. UCLA minus 28.5. That is probably not going to hit unless a miraculous second half. So, but we're looking up for in the green for the first day after a rough start. Jeff Goodman was pissing me off, that's for sure. Bradley me, but dude, I never get mad about losses. It's how it rolls. It's a long game. I don't let it affect me. And I feel like we saw actually really good basketball today from all sides, even during the blowouts. Really good basketball competitively. And I feel like our reads and studying definitely helped, and the previews definitely helped, if you had to agree.
Yeah, I got hooked about 2 or 3 times a day. I got hooked. So that was pretty brutal. Yeah, that Lehigh first half under, I couldn't get it till today, and it was 22.5. So go figure it. The finish of 23. There was another one I got hooked on. I can't remember. Oh, Youngstown State 14.5. They lost by 15. So a couple of brutal ones, but college basketball's back. Same with that. What game was that? The Drake game, 59 points in the first half, and I think they had about 100 in the second half. So college basketball's back. Fucking love it.
Dude, and yeah, the chat is rolling. You guys are awesome. Thanks for handling like the taxes situation, like Mike's situation. But appreciate everyone. Yeah, Ohio State. I wish I bet IU Indy. I had IU Indy on my sheet, put it as a no bet because I didn't want to bet it. I was eyeing it, and they were in that game entirely. They did not cover. They were maybe down like 18 at one point, maybe 20, but they were in that game entirely. I watched that a lot. Ohio State, man, I told you guys, they're frauds. They're frauds. They always are. Happens every preseason. I like Jake Diebler, but they're frauds. But thanks everyone in the chat. We appreciate you guys. Julian, I get it. I think volume early on freaked me out, but I just feel like in the system lately I've had, we're going to stick to it. But yes, it is sketchy. Ken, appreciate you in the chat. Austin, Tommy, thanks for coming in. Ken, that game was wild as well. I have to check the highlights on that. I missed it. So, Ken, appreciate you. Bulky Dingleberries. I had a dog. Had a couple days ago. Had a dingleberry on his anal gland, and it actually made an abscess, and it ruptured at the vet, and it like was a splatter room on Halloween. It's a 9-pound dog. If you don't know my dog Franklin, he'll be in the show a lot, but he's doing much better. So yes, dingleberry for Franklin. Shout out Dustin. Appreciate you. We told you about Arizona. Well, I told you, Dustin, about Arizona, but appreciate you hopping in. UNLV in the chat. What's up, my man? Redman was in every freaking conference preview. It was amazing. And then Akron, yeah, they're really good. Too bad I took the under and didn't take
the
them
second half.
Did they cover the 7.5 number?
They covered it. They covered it in the second half. Yeah, they ended up winning by like 14.
Yeah, I'm an idiot for taking the under, but whatever. And then yeah, Bethune. Ken almost cashed the 11 plus 1100. Bethune cashed the 25.5 with ease, not even a sweat at all.
Man, I didn't bet that. That was the spot.
Pump Fake Pod called that one, man. Pump Fake Pod called that. I think was it Elliot? I think Elliot. You were. I mean, you and I both. I know. I don't know about Trevor. We all were kind of down on this coaching transfer, at least early in the season, and even in the jungle. It's hard fading the jungle, but 27.5 points, 26.5, 25, whatever the number is. It's just a lot of points for a Bethune-Cookman that returned 4 starters and has a well-coached team with a lot of familiarity versus a up-and-coming team like Auburn that's all brand new, even with their coaching staff. It's just a lot of noise going on. Elliot, what are your thoughts on before we dive into the slate though for Tuesday? How are we feeling?
Yeah, no, the coaching, I think the coaching definitely showed in that Auburn game. I mean, they fouled Arterio Morris down 3, fouled a jump shooter, something I don't think a Bruce Pearl coach team would have done. Just kind of a late game blunder. Ended up making all 3, tied it up, sent it to overtime. Luckily, Auburn was able to pull out the win. Shout out to New Orleans for getting the win over TCU in that bye game. There were several ones that down the stretch that the Big 12 was kind of really struggling in. UCF against Hofstra, Colorado against Montana State.
But didn't TCU lose?
But yep, New Orleans came out with a big 17, 18 point lead and hung on down the stretch, pulled it off by 4. So shout out to them. But yeah, it's been a great day overall so far. The classic game of runs that college basketball is, starting off terribly with Queens at the plus 5.5 and ending
that was the worst beat. I was like, holy shit, college basketball is back, because I couldn't even be mad. I knew I had like 50 bets out there already to begin with, so I wasn't too worried. I woke up at 9 a.m. and just was hucking bets like I was playing Beard Eye, scrolling DraftKings, took the day off from work. I felt like a kid on Christmas. I loaded up my bankroll. May have lost some money on the Chiefs on Sunday, trying to double up some bankroll. But yeah, I was scrolling, man, and I tell you what, I'm sitting there. I'm like, damn, Queens is out of it, because they were down like 11 and they were down like 11, 12, and then all of a sudden their set started working. Winthrop was just dominating the boards. Like I was like, this is not the right side, because Winthrop's dominant. I forgot they had Logan Duncombe. He's like 7'2". He's played at IU. And that Kool-Aid or whatever from San Diego is a really good player. But that freaking Tel Aviv kid or whatever from Queens definitely has a clip. They definitely turned it on, and then all of a sudden just fell flat. No points scored. Not a bucket scored. Final 3 minutes of the game.
Yep. Yeah, that was brutal. I had Queens too. That was That was tough going to the under 4 minute with the lead and end up not even covering the 5 or 4, whatever it was. So brutal. But hey, overall, I think it was a good day. It was awesome. I'm ready to do it all over again. Just wish we had some day hoops.
Yeah, me too as well. I'm excited. Illinois, shout out Jen. I mean, we were all in Illinois. I felt like there. Tulane we liked as well. Tulane was a great hit by the Pump Fake Pod there, going against Stanford with no Bucky McMillan. Siena, Iowa State we were on. Were we all on Cleveland State, or did someone take Loyola Chicago as well too?
I didn't touch that game.
Okay, but I know we liked Cleveland State just with the error, and they fought Loyola Chicago really hard as well. Ball State came through. How about that, guys? Shout out the alma mater. Did Youngstown State end up covering? Is my question. That's the one I wasn't sure on.
No, they got hooked.
I warned them. Only down by 4 with 10 minutes left, and of course Pitt's gonna be Pitt and just fucking just score and run up the score till the very bitter end, and got you hooked.
They had a chance for the backdoor and they missed the shot. So
damn it.
Yeah.
Well, I have a lot of retyping to do then because I counted that as a win with the 15.5. It was not. Pittsburgh wins 74-59. Youngstown was in it. But that doesn't affect my record too much. That brings me to
depends on what you got it at. He got it at 14.5. If you got it at 15.5, you won because 74-59 is 15.
So it opened 14.5 for me, and just
no, I got
downfalls.
Yeah, that's insane. It was insane today. A lot of hooking. Arkansas, we were right on though. Arizona was a pump fake pod play as well. Everyone was on Arizona, faded the number 1 team in the country. It worked out. And then how about Dayton as well? Just sticking it to Canisius at home after not covering a lot earlier last year in the season. They covered with ease. They really gave it to Canisius. So it was a great day, guys. I mean, I feel like
I'll put my hand up. My worst bet probably Furman plus the 3.
High point.
Man,
we were all on Furman.
They looked great. I knew High Point. They've got the funding, they've got the money to bring in the talent. I just wasn't sure it was going to be able to be this good this soon with the new coach and just the new roster overhaul. But man, they looked good. They looked the part. That's for sure. They're going to be at the very top of the conference yet again here. And then I'll also raise my hand. I texted Huff earlier today, and one of our losses was for some reason, I was like, hey, let's take Wagner team total under, not really thinking, but thinking that VCU still had Ryan Odom at coach. I totally forgot that they went to Virginia and that Phil Martelli Jr. was at VCU. So after he put that in, I felt obligated. I didn't, even though I didn't want to, but I was like, fuck it, I'm going to ride with him. It did not end well. They almost covered the team total in the first half, I think. So shout out to Wagner. Hindsight 2020, if they do, VCU, if you're seeing low totals, maybe bet the opponent's team total over. Here, I think Wagner even scored 74. Terrible.
Wagner's playing faster this year, too. They made an emphasis to speed up tempo.
That was insane how fast they were playing. I was impressed,
so I went back and I doubled down and I bet the team total under for Ryder there against Virginia. That was one of my better bets of the afternoon that kind of helped me. But so maybe don't make the same mistake that I did. Look at maybe betting team total unders for Virginia against the opponents, and maybe the team total overs for the opponents of VCU, with just the way that Martelli's style he likes to play. So,
that, and it was my fault too. I mean, even with how VCU, I mean, they didn't cover the number, so nothing worked. But I was like, let's take Wagner team total under. That sounds fantastic, just because I've bet many Wagner team total unders, and unfortunately, I did good on my live bet under. I found an Elliott number a little higher than Elliott during the late run by Bradley there, live under. but I did not hit my Boston live under. It went to overtime. They scored 150 something freaking points. So that was fun. But so that system, we'll keep an eye on. I'm never straying away from that freaking system. Let me tell you that though. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Well, should we hop into tomorrow? I got about, I don't know, probably one game, and then I'll dip out and hop back in. But yeah, this is going to be one I'm having to play on. This number's at 32.5 now, so it's cruising. But give me Purdue minus the points. Evansville doesn't have the size to really combat. I mean, they'll have a 6'10 guy, 6'9. Other than that, 6'6, 6'5. These other guys, maybe these freshmen play. I doubt it. Who's redshirting? I'm not 100% sure, but still, even if so, they have a 6'11" freshman, and that's it. Other than that, it's just 6'10". That Purdue's got way too much size and athleticism. They've looked good. They can score. Not to mention they're very experienced. And now you got Oscar Cluff down there with Kaufman, Wren, and then Jacobson popping in there too. Just the size alone is going to keep Evansville off the board. I think Purdue honestly wins this game like 92 to like 56, something similar to Kansas today. I think they kind of just punish Evansville. I know Evansville, little brother coming in to Mackey to get it done, but I don't see how they hang in this game. They don't have any size or any athleticism to really match Purdue here. And not to mention they do have some experience. They got 5 seniors and 4 juniors, but still their size is just going to be the detriment for them. So give me Purdue laying the big 32.5.
Go ahead, Elliot.
Yeah, I made these slides probably, I'd say, 2 hours ago, hour and a half ago, when they kind of first opened. So some of these numbers, the bigger ones, may have already crept up a few points. So just beware of that. And we'll kind of try to keep you updated on the line. But I'm right there with you. I think it's going to be another I'm not real high on this Evansville team. I've got them finishing near the bottom of the conference there in the Missouri Valley. They're going to be a little bit better than, Jackson State, what they did against Illinois today. But I expect another team like Purdue to just kind of roll here in this spot. So if you're going to bet it now. As you've seen, it's already gone up 3.5 points, 4 points already. So get it in now before it gets too high. And then you face a kind of maybe a potential backdoor cover issue.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of 32.5. I'll take Purdue as well. I think they're going to come out with a statement game after you lose to Kentucky at Rupp Arena, or not Rupp Arena. I believe it's at Mackey actually. Or correct me if I'm wrong, but you lose to Kentucky.
It was in Rupp.
It was in Rupp. Okay, all right, that's a little better. But still, after an embarrassing loss, they weren't competitive at all. I think offensively they're going to come out with just a juggernaut kind of mentality and just stick it to Evansville. So I'm down to squad ride this one. Hopefully we all are on the right number where we don't get a hook.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I'm locked in for 32.5.
And I'm gonna take the spread as well too. Obviously, the good part is we started off with this bigger banger slate. So all the 7 p.m. games we had to just shuffle in on the picks page. Now we kind of have a little good runway for these games to get rolling. So
100%. Mount St. Mary's, West Virginia. The Nears land 16 over under 138.5.
Yeah, this is already skyrocketed up to 19 as well. So
Has it?
And
19.5.
One of these, these games that I'm putting them in early. I put them in kind of right as the lines appeared. So you're going to see some movement one way or the other. First game of Ross Hodge though. What do you guys think?
Is it a Mount St. Mary's team total under? I don't want to lay it with West Virginia as much as I want to. I want to find a way to bet this game where I don't have to lay it with West Virginia. I think Mount St. Mary's can slow the tempo, the pace, and we already know West Virginia will do that under Russ Hodge as well. So Would it be better to bet a Mount St. Mary's team total under?
Yeah, I mean, you could look at attacking maybe the team total under, or just the under full game as well. You know, if they're gonna limit the possessions on the offensive end. You know, West Virginia hasn't really been the best offensively. I don't think, you know, Ross Hodge there at North Texas, you know, they've got those guys averaging what 60, 65 points a game. So is it just going to change immediately here? I think the total kind of seems a little high to me, being at that 138 number. But so either way, I think you could get there both with the full game under or the team total Mount St. Mary's under angle too.
I kind of like that full game now that you're talking about it a little bit.
I kind of like the under in this game. I just think Ross Hodge coming in here, you know, the one thing he's going to make sure they're up to snuff about is defense. So I think they kind of just play a slow game and very grind you out defensive. I think it's kind of getting up there, moving 3.5 points already, but the 138.5. I'm tempted with the under. I think West Virginia can win this game somewhere, you know, like 72 to 55, something like that, 72-50, somewhere around there. So I like the under 138.5 in this game.
And then shout out Raymond Burrows. They barely beat Hood College. Not Hood, but definitely Hood College D3, I think. That's kind of embarrassing. I think I'm gonna go with you guys on the over on the full game under. But I'm gonna look at Mount St. Mary's team total under. But the problem that I've noticed is that these team totals aren't releasing till even later than they have been in the past couple of years, unfortunately. For now, I mean, we've only had one game of sample size. But even last year, they started releasing a little later. Now they're kind of releasing even more later. So I'll go with you guys on the under here with Mount St. Mary's. No battles yet here.
Raymond saying he laid up to 24. Sounds pretty confident. Maybe I'll just blind tail you with that, but it's going to be the under 138.5 for me.
I just don't think, you know, I think, you know, the more we talk about it, if Mount St. Mary's, you know, I don't think they're going to be very good this year. I think you can get home multiple ways. You could probably bet all three, and if the Mount St. Mary's team total under hits, then probably West Virginia minus 19 is going to hit. Probably the full game under is going to hit. So it's kind of, you know, they're all going to coincide probably together. I don't see like one wouldn't happen without the other, in my opinion. So I think maybe you're good on any of the fronts, really.
Yeah, no, I mean,
yeah.
Mount St. Mary's is kind of that random team that always wins the Metro Athletic Atlantic, by the way. And I can't watch this BYU game because the stupid fucking YouTube TV, excuse my French, but I'm watching Cal Baptist currently, actually, is what's on my screen now. I had Idaho versus Washington State on. That covered with ease. Idaho, that was a pump fake pod specialty. We loved Idaho in the Big Sky this year. Cal Baptist, or it's Cal Baptist that are the Lancers. Yeah, they're up on USC Upstate right now, 13 points. So that's what's on my TV because I can't watch BYU Villanova. Does anyone know the score there?
8-point game. 8-point game, 14 seconds left.
Yeah, it's coming down to the foul game. Got to make your free throws, BYU. Get a stop, make your free throws. Well, I got to skedaddle. Out, but just this next game, Kentucky by 1 million.
And then anything else that you like, since it's kind of a short slate, though, before you skedaddle out?
I like Oklahoma State, Oral Roberts over 157.5. I think Oklahoma State puts it on them. I like Kansas State minus the 16.5. UNCG lost a lot. Lost Mike Jones too. So I think this team's going to struggle. I like Iowa laying the 19.5. I think McCollum coming in.
Mike Jones who?
I think Iowa or McCollum coming in with those guys versus Robert Morris, who lost literally everybody and is just completely rebuilding. I think McCollum puts on a show and absolutely dominates early out the gate. And then Yeah, honestly, I'd probably take Duke plus 8.5. Sean Miller, I respect him enough, but well, who knows? But I will be back. I'll join you guys at some point, more than likely.
Hey, thanks, man.
Trevor, before you leave,
Hmm.
I would if you like K-State minus the 16.5, just go ahead and rock with the over 142.5. I think the over is going to soar here. We don't play defense. We can't rebound. UNC Greensboro is going to be able to rebound on us. We give up 90 to a D2 and then 100 to Missouri. But we're going to put up 85, 90 points at least. And I think that number is going to skyrocket over the 142 number. So I would highly advise to roll with the over there in that K-State game.
All right, noted. All right, well, I'll be back, fellas.
In a bit.
Later.
BYU fouls up. Hey, Parlay P, my man. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. Appreciate you, man. Parlay P, everyone, give him a follow on Twitter. I'm not sure what other socials. Definitely drop that in the comments. Parlay P is a good friend of mine. And this is what the CBB community is all about. We're not here. And Parlay P is not at CBB only. He is a savant at college football. I tail his college football all the time. So definitely give him a follow. He's got props. He got spreads, totals. He sees the board in college football. So thanks, Parlay P, for the hookup there. And definitely give him a follow. It is at Parlay_P on Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it. So, all right. Elliot, what are you feeling for Kentucky Nichols? Looks like Trevor liked Kentucky with the spread here against Nichols State. We should lay it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should lay it too. I was trying to look at the Kentucky's home opener last year. For some reason, I thought they struggled a little bit, but I couldn't.
No. There were some games that they dominated, but they just weren't covering right away like they used to with Calipari. And BYU is not going to cover the 7.5. No fucking way.
No, they rolled with that Wright State. They rolled against Wright State. Never mind. I was thinking there was a time. Did they play Nichols last year? I don't even know.
I can't remember, but I know that they played somebody. They would cover, then they wouldn't cover. It was kind of like one of those where like a couple of these teams were used to be locks, but. What got me addicted to gambling? No, I'm kidding. Was the Falcons game against the Patriots. That was the first game I ever bet. I hit a first touchdown, and then I had the Falcons. So the bad beat hooked me. But I actually had Evansville once DraftKings got legalized into Indiana. I just was didn't know what I was doing, so I just started hucking like random plays. Sure enough, it worked. Put $10 on Evansville. So that was my favorite beat. But that was like the last time they lost in Rupp Arena by like a lower end opponent. But I don't think they covered very much.
Yeah, I kind of like Parlay P's angle here. Just getting these first half spreads on the Blue Bloods. Only thing that I always get a little bit concerned about is just the fact that they start out slow, start out sluggish. You've seen it here a couple times, with UCLA tonight, and they're still pretty sluggish right now.
Only up 12, 70, 58. Yep.
Yeah, they wouldn't have covered that, but yeah, I think either way, it should find its home here. Kentucky first half or Kentucky full game. I'm with you. I think that they blow them out here by 30-some plus. I don't even know. I should have probably looked at the line to see. Right now, I'm seeing 29.5, I think.
So it's stagnant. Okay.
So kind of staying right there. 29.5 kind of across the board. You can get a 29.5 minus 105 at DK. So I think they win. I think they win.
This could sound stupid, but it's not my favorite number to bet on the big spreads just because it's like I feel like it's like that 9.5. Like, oh, they'll win by 10 with these. Oh, they'll win by 30. But at this point, at this stage, this is the time to bet it because it'll be 34.5. And appreciate you checking there because I think I'm surprised it's still at 29.5, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too. I think maybe Nichols is getting a little respect. I know they're pretty good there in the Southland with Devon Sadler there at coach. But I just think they're going to be outmatched for sure against this Kentucky team.
Right now I'm 37-25, but it's looking like I'll be 37-28. By the way, Seattle, Cal Baptist is not going to cover. I'm watching that now. UCLA is not going to cover most likely, and then Seattle's not going to cover as well either. I don't think so. And Denzer, my man, what up, Denzer? Let's go. Appreciate you coming back. Hasty, always good seeing you, Hasty. Hope the kid's doing well. I bought a house, so things are looking up. Shout out to Pulp Fake Pod, supplying the home. No, it's my wife. She's the bread maker. But anyway, let's move on. Alcorn State versus Florida State. Florida State's laid 18.5. Over on is 148.5. This is the first game I'm not going to bet. This is the first game I'm not going to bet. I'm going to bet all the 3 games we've talked about. This first game I'm not betting. I'll lay it with Florida State, but I'm not betting it. I got to see what they're all about. I got to see what the new coach with Jai Lucas does. You can convince me to bet it. I feel like the number's sharp. Is it still 18.5?
Yeah, it's 19 right now. Jai Lucas is Miami's coach, by the way.
Sorry. I don't know why I said that. Sorry.
You're good. I just wanted to let you know that. But
thank you. I totally know that.
I kind of want to lay it. Luke Locks is the head coach for
Luke Locks. Yeah, but still
coming back home. Alcorn State is just absolutely terrible. So getting this below 20 kind of feels like a gift to me, just because I just want to lay it. But you bring up a good point. Brand new coach, brand new roster. You kind of maybe want to see it. However, I don't want to necessarily miss out on an opportunity like this if I can kind of get this gift. So it'll be Florida State minus the 18.5, minus the 19. Not sure if I'm going to bet it yet. But it might be one where I pull the trigger before I go to bed.
Yeah, I'll lay it with you just because it's Alcorn State. But again, this may be the one I stay off just because I think Florida State. I need to sit back and watch what they do offensively. Yeah, Hasty, that's awesome, brother. All right, what do you got here, my friend?
Yeah, Georgia Southern heading into East Carolina. East Carolina's laying 7.5, seeing 6.5 at some books. Over-unders 148. Was going to check that to make sure if that hasn't moved very much. I don't think it has. But yeah, 148, 148.5. I'm seeing 148.5 pretty much across the board here. This, for me, probably, I don't know, East Carolina, a great team. They've steadily improved under their new coach the last 3 or 4 years. I'm blanking on his name. But
Josh Schertz or Shorts.
Is that?
It's not Josh. I'm thinking of the Indiana State. It's Shorts though. I know that. Michael Shorts. How could I forget that? Mike Shorts.
Yeah. But I mean, I think Georgia Southern can be a little feisty here. 7.5. It kind of opened up right around here. It's maybe dropped down to 6. So maybe there's some early steam coming in on Georgia Southern. I might take a flyer here and bet Georgia Southern with the points. Not quite sure if they're going to win it outright, but 7.5 feels like a pretty big number to kind of teams that are not necessarily comparable, but I think have similar talent level. I just think 7.5 might be a little too much.
Does the over feel like a lot? I mean, I don't have a strong conviction on betting an under with teams that are, as much as I think unders are great, at times, and there's advantages early in the season. It's just not been useful because it's also all new to us. I don't, you know what I mean? I seeing these two teams. I mean, yeah, Georgia Southern definitely pushes pace versus East Carolina's system, but does that total feel high? 150, 149?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I think the totals are kind of the ones that are really hard to predict, um,
Oh,
just because of the fact that you know what's the roster going to look like? What are they going to do? Are they going to stay with the same system? Are they going to go up tempo? Are they going to, slow it down, play more slower pace, defensive focused? So a lot of factors that run into variables there, in terms of the pace thing. And I think we talked about it last night with Mike. The more analytics that come out on these teams kind of early on in the season, I think can kind of help hone in those numbers. But on the contrary, if you're able to find an edge somehow, usually you can find a bigger edge here early when those analytics aren't there, because you're going to be able to, uh, prevent the books from kind of closing that gap on you, in terms of the analytics and the actuaries kind of crunching those numbers and getting it closer to kind of how they are always remarkable at being right there on the hook. So I don't know. It's kind of a very spotty for me to bet like an over under. I tried to bet a over in the Missouri Howard game today. I think I lost by 4 points, something
mhm.
like that. So I don't know. I kind of, unless I really like it, I tend to maybe bet a little bit more under heavy, kind of at the start of the season, and then kind of see how everything's progresses. I mean, shout out IU Indy. We're going to be betting their overs for sure, until those books uh, make some appropriate changes, I think.
Hot
But
State's so fun. I'm so happy to see that. I'm not betting East Carolina 6.5 or 7.5. I don't know what the number is, but if I'm saying it's an under, my totals have not been sharp this year. My spreads have been much better, so I will take. If I had to take one, it's going to be the over. But this is I'm writing this down for a 2-team money line parlay piece for East Carolina at home, with 7.5. I think that -250 number is definitely nice, that we can get down to almost even money or even plus money, with another piece, but never more than two. Never more than two, unless it's an anytime touchdown parlay. We go crazy on this. Bet responsibly. All right. North Carolina A&T, the betting scandal, goes into Columbia, South Carolina, -20.5 for South Carolina. Over under 43.5. NCAA&T is gambling. I'm gonna take NCAA&T with the points. I am not gonna bet this though, because South Carolina really good 2 years prior, and then last year just fell flat on their face. Seems like a lot of points, but again, this is a team that I need to see to get some action on before I put my hard-earned cheddar on. But I'll take NCAA&T with the points just because they're gambling machines.
yeah, this number's ticked up just a point. South Carolina looks like across the board, laying 21.5 now. I'll I'll take South Carolina here. I'll take the big number. We've kind of looked at all these MEAC schools. They haven't fared very well, against these Power Five schools, besides Morgan State covering against Georgetown. So lay it here with South Carolina. Probably not going to be a bet for me. I'll lay off this big number. This will be one of the ones that I'm going to lay off personally.
Yeah, this is a weird one. Yeah, UCLA sucks. I'm going to end up 37-29 on the day, probably a little bit above 3.5, 4 units, betting half units. But this is why we bet half units for volume. I can't afford betting full units on that. The New Jersey Institute of Technology goes into Fordham. Fordham's laying 12.5, over under 144.5. Give me the under. I'm not laying points at Fordham. NGIT, I'm definitely not going to bet. If I'm betting NGIT, I'm going to call the window, but not the window to collect money from, the clinic window. If I'm betting NJIT, watching them is atrocious. I think I bet them twice last year, lost them both, tried to get cute. They are awful to watch. I don't care if they have no returning starters. They're a bad program, but laying points with Fordham just seems like a lot of points, 12.5. If I had to pick a side, gun to my head, NJIT, but I like the under here. I just feel like lack of offense could be an issue with defense for sure, but if I had to pick one, it's the under, but most likely I'm not going to bet this as well. Fordham NJIT under. Is it still 144.5, by the way? I need to pull up my books.
Let me look real quick for you.
Phone. Here, my phone's alive now.
144.5 on FanDuel, 145.5 elsewhere. That's pretty much where it's sitting. So if you do like the under, there's 145 available. I guess I'm going to be calling the number here.
No way.
Because I'm going to be betting Fordham minus the 12.5. I'm going to lay it with Coach Magpie comes over from UC Riverside. I think he's going to do a terrific job there at Fordham, going coast to coast. And I'm going to take advantage of a smaller number, I think, against the NJI team that definitely sucks. And I trust Magpie and what he's got. I think he brought in some good pieces over from the UC Riverside team that he had. So I expect him to get the job done here. Give me Fordham. Fuck it, by 20 plus, but I'll lay the 12.5.
All right, you son of a bitch. I love it. Go Fordham. That's just good insight. You can only get that insight here. UNC Asheville versus Wichita State, 7.5. Wichita State's laying 7.5 against UNC Asheville. Over-under's 154.5. Elliott, Wichita, not so native. How you feeling about this one? Is this a two-team moneyline parlay piece that we could add with maybe an East Carolina or another this? I mean, I feel like the number's kind of weird. I mean, the books are respecting UNC Asheville, especially the Shockers at home. It kind of freaks me out a little bit, but I definitely couldn't take UNC Asheville on the road, regardless of how high I am on them on the Big South. Wichita State's one of my wild cards this season. I feel like at home they should be able to cover this number with ease, but the number itself is on the opening lines is kind of straying me away to maybe just money line parlay piece this. Am I wrong in thinking that?
I love how you don't think that I'm born and raised Wichita, Kansas. That's where I was born.
I thought you're from. I thought you're from like outside of like Kansas City.
No, I'm from right outside of Wichita, 15 minutes north of Wichita. Born Wesley Medical Center, Wichita, Kansas. So,
all right, Wesley Medical Center. We may have to tail the Wesley Medical Center minus 7.5.
Now you know. So now you know. Shout out Wesley. But yeah, I don't know. I think UNC Asheville they lost a lot. We were just talking about overs. I kind of like the over here. I think it's going to be more of a kind of up and down kind of up tempo style that Asheville definitely likes to play. I'm with you though. I think Wichita State's going to get it done. I think the Roundhouse is going to be rocking their opening night for them. So I think we could find a little two team money line parlay piece. I'd say we will have to do that. You know, M&M parlay. It rocked tonight. Miami of Ohio, Milwaukee came through for us. So we can maybe run with another one. I don't mind that.
Yeah, Miami, Ohio, Milwaukee, 2-team moneyline parlay pieces. They work here, especially if we're hand in hand with each other on those. So stay tuned for the 2-team moneyline parlay pieces. We don't do many parlays, but those 2-teamers, it's how you get the money down to plus money. It's not the most sound betting advice, but it works out when teams don't cover the number. Miami, Ohio did cover the number, though, with these. All right, Eastern Illinois versus Valparaiso. Valparaiso's laying 7. Ooh, talk about calling the number. I'm going to lay it with Valpo. I think Valpo is going to be an improved team this year. They outmatch Eastern Illinois. I like Valpo and Roger Powell and what he's brought in, although he got rid of my guy, A.J. Moye. Hopefully A.J. Moye joins us on the podcast here soon. As assistant coach, he took the athletic director job. I got to support the Beacon / Crusaders. Give me Valpo laying the points here. I think EIU is going to struggle this year yet again, and I think with this number being Valpo laying 7, books think this team's a lot better with the pieces Powell brought in and what he's building there up in Valparaiso, Indiana.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. I'll take EIU plus the 7. No bet for me though. I think EIU stinks. I also think Valpo stinks. They lost Cooper Schweiger, who was all conference for them. Then they also lost All Right, who was freshman player of the year for them as well. So, lost a lot of pieces, lost a ton of production. Almost 30 points a game, I think, if I can remember correctly from our preseason breakdown. So, they're going to have to prove it to me. I'm not going to bet Eastern Illinois plus a 7 by any means, but I'll take the 7 just because I don't think Valpo is very good, and laying that 7 number, I don't, and definitely no, this is not the money line parlay piece that we're going to be using. I'll say that. I'm not, at least.
I was going to ask. I wasn't not going to use this one either. All right, Oral Roberts for Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's laying 19.5. Elliott over under 157.5. Trevor like the over. I do too. I think Oklahoma State team total live as well. Team total over as well. And in the full game, I mean, the Steve Lutz team, he's going to run and gun. Oklahoma State's a team that I'm much higher on this season than last year. They struggled in Lutz's first year. But if they can get his system rocking and rolling like they did at Western Kentucky, I mean, they could be a dangerous team at Ida Gallagher or whatever they call it, Iba Gallagher, whatever they call that stadium. But I like Oklahoma State. I think me trusting them to score points is more valuable than laying the number, though. So I'm going to take them team total over, but I'll take the full game over as well, since team total I don't see at the moment. It'll probably be 82.5, 81.5, 83.5, and that number. Maybe more, 85.5, 86.5, probably in the high 80s. But I'm not afraid of it. I think Oklahoma State's going to be able to run and gun. They're going to try to get some momentum rolling early in the season. So I'll take their team total over and the over more so than laying the number.
Yeah, they struggled last exhibition game against SMU. Didn't shoot the ball very well. Ended up losing that by double digits. I think they're going to come and prove a point, stick it to Oral Roberts here. I don't think Oral Roberts is going to be very good this year in the Summit League. So I think Oklahoma State's going to kind of run up the score here. Give me Oklahoma State, lay the 19.5. I like both of your angles as well. Really, I think it's similar to that West Virginia game. I feel like you can, not necessarily the Oral Roberts team total under, but you could bet 3 different ways. You could bet this. You could bet the over 157 full game. You could bet the Oklahoma State team total over, and you could bet the Oklahoma State minus 19.5. And I think you got a pretty good chance of any 3 of those hitting. Yeah. What? UNC Greensboro, Kansas State, Happiness. K-State's going to be laying 16.5, over under 141.5. Let me double check that, see if it's gone up. I think it probably has a little bit.
This is our Kansas State expert for everybody that is tuning into the chat for the first time and into the pump fake pod.
Over 141.5. I'm seeing anywhere from 141.5 all the way up to 143.
He's on the K-State varsity club. Yeah. They pay him to go to games, I think.
So Boots will be on the ground tomorrow. I will be in Bramlage in the Octagon of Doom. Looking forward to this season. I'm hopeful yet again that we've found a little bit more cohesiveness. Don't have the necessary cancers, but on this team. But yeah, Virgil. I don't know if you were in here before. I told Trevor before he left. I just wanted to kind of get this out there. My play here in this game is going to be the over 141.5, over 142.5. I just think that we've struggled, ever since we brought in 11 newcomers. Coach Tang's made it kind of apparent that ever since everybody got here, Kostic came in. He's going to be a possible NBA draft pick next year. Comes in overseas international guy, came in late. But ever since he got there, all they've done is focus on the offensive side of the ball. And you can see that it's definitely taken a toll on the defensive end, particularly with just defensive rebounding. So we got out-rebounded by Newman, who actually D2 out of Wichita. So I feel like the over is definitely the play here. I'm gonna not lay it. I'll take K-State minus the 16.5. I think UNC Greensboro lost a lot of people from last year's team. I know some people might be tempted to be like, oh, well, UNC Greensboro can't really score. They're more of a defensive team. However, I think K-State's going to be able to score against pretty much anybody. They've got high-level scorers kind of at multiple positions. And I think UNC Greensboro will be able to be pretty efficient off the glass on the offensive boards to put up some points and to kind of get this number to soar over. I see this, the total kind of ended in the 150s. So it's a over for me. Decent bet. I'll be betting for sure.
Yeah, you better be betting with boots on the ground. And Cal Baptist flirting with covering the number, please. But anywho, I'll tell you on that. I'll tell the over on that. I like rooting for points, even against the UNC Greensboro team that I don't like normally taking the over with. But I mean, Kansas State, they could score 80 this time around. That'd be huge for the overall full game.
Oh, they'll score. You could even look at You could look at maybe the K-State team total over too. I think they score in the 80s for sure. It's kind of cool. I meant to mention this last night when we were kind of talking just some of these games, but it's pretty cool how you see a lot of these guys that get transferred in from these schools, and then they end up facing their old school. They schedule them in the non-conference. So you see that quite often where, K-State gets a guy from Greensboro, and then you play them the next season. We also play Bowling Green, where Marcus Johnson was at last year too. So I don't know if they do that on purpose or kind of how that happens, but just always seems to happen more often than not. We brought in Kamari McGriff, came over from I believe he was he was UNC Wilmington, but there was a couple games that I mentioned that I was trying to mention yesterday where they had brought in a guy from that team, and then they ended up playing his former team. So kind of a cool deal that I think that maybe the coaches do just to play their former team, but doesn't really necessarily make much sense when I get the fucking team wrong. It was UNC Wilmington, not Greensboro, but still kind of a cool thing that I've noticed the trend at least.
All right, Robert Morris goes into Iowa and Iowa City minus 19.5, but I believe it's up to 22.5 places. So the number has been bet up, and I will not be afraid to bet Iowa as well. They get Ben McCollum from Drake. Notice the over-under 144.5. If Fran McCaffrey was there, this thing would be in the high 160s, 170s. Now it's at 144 with Ben McCollum. So I think that they can steamroll Robert Morris, make them control or they can control the tempo, control the possessions, and limit possessions for Robert Morris, who can shoot the ball actually pretty well, even with some returning pieces and their success last year. I'm not afraid for it. I'll take Iowa and lay the number. Don't even mind Robert Morris team total under as well too. I think Iowa could swarm them with McCollum's style of play. How you feeling about it, Elliot?
Yeah, I was trying to look up to see. It's just a pretty big number.
they took the 19.5 right away. Everyone took that bait.
I know, but I mean, you look at all of the non-con last year with Drake. I know obviously you're Iowa now, so you've got a little bit more talent. But what, you beat Stephen F. Austin by 15, Florida Gulf Coast by 2, Miami by 11. Obviously, it's Miami, but you did play a really good strength of schedule. Robert Morris lost everybody. Yeah, I'll take it. Give me Iowa minus 22.5. I won't probably go up any as maybe.
What are like the totals on those games that they only won by like 11 and 15 from last year?
I don't know. I just pulled up Drake's schedule on their website, so was just curious to see.
What's like the Stephen F. Austin game? What's the score there in that game?
66-51, 63-61, 80-69, 75-63, 81-70, 61-47, 66-60, 73-70, 72-62 against Green Bay, 65-46 Belmont. What? Yeah, under. I mean, that's no. I know that's. I was going to bring that point up too. It's like maybe you just do the under 144.5. I feel like this isn't as low of a total that typical Drake total was last year. Are they going to be kind of? I would assume that they're going to be pretty similar. I mean, I know they've brought in a couple shooters to kind of surround Sturts with, so maybe they can score it a little bit better. Robert Morris does play at a high tempo. We saw that last year against Alabama there in the tournament. However, Drake seems to always be able to get their way with tempo and with pace. They always play at their pace, no matter who it is. And Robert Morris lost a lot of people, so I wouldn't be. I'd almost want to maybe bet the under 144.5 rather than the 22.5.
Let's do it. Let's do it. No, I'm with you. Let's talk it out. We talk that one out. I'm into that. Let's do it.
Yeah, let me look. 143.5. So yeah, it's going down. So I still like it. I like it probably anywhere 140 and below or above. I'd play it, but I like that better than the 22.5. I just feel like that's a big number for a.
And 143.5 is available.
Everywhere.
On a few books. So shop around, get your whatever app that you want. Unabated is free. We use that most of the time. So keep an eye out on where you're shopping. I know we got some D-gens in the chat though. They're shopping around for the best price. Bunch of D-gens in the chat. I love it. Elliot, take us away while I go take a little pee break if you don't mind, because this is a game I'm probably not betting. I think Texas Tech rolls them. Convince me to bet it though. I think Texas Tech can dominate Lindenwood and win like 80-50, or that wouldn't cover it actually, like 80-48. So
maybe you just proved it.
I still wouldn't cover it actually. Yeah, 80-40.
No, these are hard. I was on the right side of one today, taking Iowa State minus the 35.5. And then I was on the wrong side of one today, taking Houston minus the 35.5. Not quite sure what Houston was doing there in the second half. But regardless of that fact, I think Texas Tech is going to be, they might be a team to possibly be able to steal the Big 12 title here. Arizona looked really good against Florida. Looking at this line really quick because I guarantee you it's moved. Total still sitting 145.5. I've got the spread at 33.5. I'm seeing 34.5 as well. I don't know. I see Hasty in the chat talking about Lindenwood team total under. Don't mind that at all. You looking at maybe like Lindenwood team total under first half or full game would be kind of what I would maybe look into a little bit more to see what we're getting there, depending on if it's first half versus full game. I don't mind laying it here though with Texas Tech. I think they're going to be here to prove a point, start the season out on the right note. I would probably lay it into, up to 34.5. I probably wouldn't take anything over 35. But I don't mind either of those angles that you guys have mentioned with either the Lindenwood team total under. And yes, Jeff, you're absolutely correct. Definitely. I know it's not a reload. I think you're talking about the Drake angle, not a reload. He brought a lot of pieces over from Drake, and that's why maybe me and Huff talking it out. We like the under maybe a little bit more. Seems like they're one of those teams that are going to be able to play and compete with the best of them. However, they're not going to really blow teams out. But yeah, tough place to travel. Coming all the way from St. Louis, where Lindenwood's at, all the way to freaking Lubbock, Texas. They're just going to collect the check. Not going to want to be here. I'll lay it 34.5 up to 34.5. I think it's 33.5 right now. Curious to see what maybe those first half team total unders would be for Lindenwood when it comes out tomorrow morning. And even the full game team total under. Maybe you could get on one of those if the line creeps up. You're not seeing this in time, and you get Texas Tech kind of balloons up to 37, 38. You don't really want that due to the backdoor cover. You could maybe look at a Lindenwood team total under, something like that. But
I'm laying it. I'll lay it with Texas Tech.
Yep.
Also, Cal Baptist covered. Woo! What a phantom fucking cover. They win by 12, 67-55. I had the 11.5. I'm assuming UCLA did not cover though.
They didn't even win by double digits.
They lost. What'd they win by?
8.
Sorry. So that brings all right. I'm done for the day. Then obviously 38 and 27 is the record. A couple of those were some juice lays with the half unit. So I'm gonna end up around 3.8, 4.2 units. I have to double check my system on Pickett, or what I have on Pickett. Make sure to follow me there too as well. Not everything gets really translated very well though. Sometimes from different books. So certain books work better on apps that I've noticed like that. But that's why we have the picks page. Make sure to get all my picks in earlier on. Kind of took a little bit to dive into a major slate to get back in. But hey, 37 and 29, 37 and 20. 28, we're up. I mean, we're feeling good, Elliot. 38 and 27. So we're feeling good with Cal Baptist's phantom cover there to start the season. I don't think I've ever started up this hot, but I didn't start volume betting until the last couple of years, last year and a half, which Moneyline Mac from TCE on SGPN definitely helped me there. You guys helped me as well, volume bets. So picking only 2 or 3 games can be tough. I think just lowering the units, focusing on the major slate. If you get the system, you get the game, it can work out very well. So yeah. And Parlay P, my man, yeah, I'll put the word out. Don't you worry. Jacob, betting Kansas State with you. Looks like Sana, right on. Great games. No Rodney Terry. The juice. I check your Instagram DMs, the juice. Please check your Instagram DMs in the juice. My man, thank you so much for the support. So
Yeah,
Trevor's back, feeling good. Trevor, we missed a couple, but you came back for a good one, my friend. Duke's laying 8.5. I'm sure you talked about it on Kerms' show. I'm not going to go into it too much. I know that Texas brings in Sean Miller. He's a good coach. But I feel like talent-wise, Duke's going to be dominant, man. I'm going to lay it with Duke. I think they win by double digits, and I may be a little TMZ, a public here, but I don't give a shit. I'm going to lay the number. I don't trust Sean Miller on his first time out, especially against this Duke team with Boozer, a lot of talent, and Shire's the coach. So, yeah, give me Duke 8.5.
Yeah. I kind of like Texas. I feel like everybody and the brother is going to be on Duke here. Duke at home, basically playing a home game in Charlotte. That's a plus for them. Texas, you got Sean Miller moving to the SEC and dealing with a new roster. No Trey Johnson and whatnot, and so that's a lot of new pieces. Duke is they obviously they reload, but they've always got pieces. They've got dudes. I mean, Cameron Boozer had 20. He had like a 20-20 game in an exhibition. I mean, the man grabbed like 24 rebounds. He should be able to have a monster game. I'm torn on this. I'm not sure how I'll bet this game. I lean Texas with the points, but with it basically being a home game for Duke, I think this is a game Duke could just run away with tomorrow. At some point, maybe Texas and Sean Miller hang around, but Duke's talent and athleticism, and basically having the home crowd behind him, I feel like might just take them over the edge at some point and pull away. So lean Duke. Haven't figured out how I'll bet this game. Not sure. I mean, I got to sit and think on it, but I'm really thinking this is probably more of a Duke spot where they end up running away than Texas finds a way to hang around for 40 minutes in a hostile environment with a new head coach and new team. Where can I follow you guys on Pickett? I don't know what they use. I can't. I don't.
My account's Puff Sports. I didn't use it last year as much. Like I said, not all my books sync properly to Pickett. No, I'm not shitting on the service. I think it's one of the better betting tracking services, especially for seeing splits and other premium services of Pickett Pro. So I like Pickett. Just like only like DraftKings, Bet365, and then Caesars is the only one that syncs up with me. But those are the main three that I use. But like FanDuel, I use a lot in college basketball as well. Biggest fan of FanDuel. But college basketball and FanDuel, I use a good amount. But those don't sync up to my Pickett, so it's weird. I don't. It's probably on my end. I don't know what I'm doing. But Puff Sports, you can find me there. And Trevor lives in a just a horrible state that just believes in drunk driving only as legality. So yes, Elliot, round us out here for the biggest game of the night.
Yeah, so this is gonna be my money line parlay piece that I'm gonna pair with Wichita State. So I'll go Wichita State money line, Duke. Maybe not money line. I'll see what I can get it at, but maybe I'll go Duke minus 2.5. So I'll go Duke minus 2.5 plus the Wichita State money line. If you like that, Huff. And then what I'll also do is
I don't like teasing. I don't like teasing in college.
Then Duke money line. Okay. Duke money line, Wichita State money line.
Which is basically a tease. So like at the point of being like, oh my God, I don't like teasing, but like also it's just taking the money line. But like I don't know. I feel like the taking them the 2.5. It's just there's too much volatility. I don't tease that. But I think the money line parlay piece is worthy.
Sure.
It's what, minus 350, minus 3 something like that.
So what I'll probably do is I'll probably do that. I will probably be teasing it just down to 2.5 maybe. But we'll see. I'll see what the prices kind of run out to. I'll check it across multiple books and see what I can get. If I can get it plus money or kind of at that like minus 110, minus 105, I can I'll be fine with just Duke money line, Wichita State money line. But then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to wait and see if this number shoots up and gets above double digits. If it gets above double digits, I'll also maybe try to middle, and I'll bet Texas plus the points. If it gets over to 10.5, 11, I'll be on Texas to kind of keep it within that number. I think Duke is going to win the game, but I don't see them winning by double digits.
What about maybe like a Duke and like Kansas State? Moneyline parlay or something. I don't know what that would get you. That actually might not even do anything, to be honest.
What was the second leg?
When you were
I was just pulling something out of my ass. I said Kansas State.
it's gonna be too big because
That's gonna be, yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to do like a 2-unit bomb or 3-unit.
when we were talking, I think you had left, but we talked about the Wichita State UNC Asheville game. We both like Wichita State, but we didn't like laying that number of the 7.5. So we wanted to find another piece.
East Carolina was another one.
To a money line parlay. I personally, East Carolina was another one that we could
If
possibly.
you parlay Duke, Wichita State, ECU, it's plus 116 on DraftKings.
I think 3 is
That 3 is tough. 3 is a little volatile.
what does Wichita State get you out to?
Wichita State just with minus 161.
If that got down to 40, I'd like it a little more. But I mean,
yeah, that would be tempting. If you take out Wichita and add ECU, it's minus 159. No real change. Oh, it's only I thought it was 100-cent difference. I'm dumb. But
put in ECU and Wichita State. It's gonna be plus money. I think plus 100 even money. Yeah.
Minus 132, close.
Oh wow! Is this DraftKings?
Yeah.
How do you have DraftKings, bud?
I can pull them up and look at them. I can't.
He doesn't log in.
Do anything.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. He's VPN.
I can log in. I can log in, but it'll just not let me do any bet, obviously, or put money in.
That's why I'm gonna probably end up
especially minus 161 for like 2. I'm not afraid to lay juice when I think something can hit. Like I didn't against the Steelers, but like a Jonathan Taylor anytime like you lay the juice in certain situations. You don't lay juice on a 2-team money line parlay with so much variance week 1. Like that's a lot. So maybe we'll have to revert our thoughts on that one.
Yeah. Anywho, yeah, I think it'll be a good game. I'm gonna obviously bet this. I'll figure out a way. Maybe I just take a player prop avenue with Cam Boozer or something. But yeah. Southern Utah, Arizona State.
Oh.
Devils land 16.5, over under 150.5. Bobby is still hanging around. He's hanging around for dear life in Arizona State.
Give me Southern Utah plus 1.
Yeah.
plus 16.
I was thinking.
I don't care. I don't care how bad Southern Utah is. Arizona State, I cannot lay 16.5 points with, and I don't trust any of these teams to take a total. So I'm going to take Southern Utah plus 16.5, just similar to a Fairfield Penn State situation. Similar number, decent team that can run and gun. If they can translate on defense, or if the other like P5 school doesn't shoot the ball well, like we saw with Penn State, even with Penn State ended up shooting well after the first 10 minutes was over. Fairfield matched them. And let's hope Southern Utah can do that in Scottsdale, plus 16.5. Not too far of a travel spot as well.
Yeah. Go for it, Elliot.
Yeah, I think we were kind of pretty all across the board. We kind of had our 3 bottom tier teams there in the Big 12. It was UCF, Colorado, and Arizona State. And you saw what both UCF and Colorado did today. UCF was only like a 9.5 point favorite against Hofstra. I think they didn't end up covering, lost. They only won by like 7 or 8. And then Colorado was a 12.5 point favorite against Montana State, almost lost outright, ended up kind of hitting some free throws to pull away and only win by 6 or 7. So yet another team here at the bottom of the conference, I think, in my opinion, that's going to struggle. And this is a big number. So yeah, give me Southern Utah plus the 16.5.
Yeah, I can't really disagree with you. The 17.5. I'm seeing 17.5, and I'll just give a little free advertising to Rhythm here, but I have them pulled up here. recommended Southern Utah plus 16.5 too. It's got it at 14.7. So even more reason for that. But yeah, I'm gonna be on Southern Utah too. Is this one we sprinkle the money line a little bit? A little sprinkle.
Let's do it. I'm feeling good.
It's Arizona State. They're always liable to just drop any game.
I can't believe Bobby Hurley's back. I thought he'd be. I thought he'd
be good too.
Especially with after like the gambling scandals and stuff. Or no, I'm sorry. That happened in the '90s with like Arizona State. Never mind.
I'm gonna sit and wait on this. Although I have a 17.5 minus 115, but I'll sit and wait. Hopefully we can catch like an 18 or something with this. But
and sometimes there's wise men that exist out there, and Brandon Singh is one of them. He goes, I'm not betting this shit.
Hey, I already called the number today, Brandon. I called it once earlier in the show. Got called out by Ken, so I already called it, and we're laying it with Fordham.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's laying it with Fordham. I could not bring myself to do that yet, but the previews helped Elliott lay it with Fordham week 1, day 1. So day 2, but game 1 for Fordham. So that's what we're here for, trying to figure it out. Southern Utah, looks like the Pump Fake Pod loves Southern Utah.
Yeah.
Long Beach State versus San Diego State. San Diego State's laying 20.5, over-unders 138.5. San Diego State will kick the shit out of them. I bet this number is way higher than 20.5 already.
It's 22.
Yep. I still think they're going to win by 28 points, 30 points. I think San Diego State's defense will outmatch Long Beach State. Long Beach State, I believe, can improve on last season, but immediately going into San Diego State, one of the most defensive teams in the country, efficiency-wise, physicality-wise. You know how I love them physicality on the perimeter. That's probably what, we all, on our previews, we all had our own little thing we said. Trevor, size, me, physicality on the perimeter. Elliot, I'm kind of blanking on yours, but anyway, I like the physicality that San Diego State has. I'm gonna bank on them to cover this number. I think we dive in now because even this will go to 25-26 by tip.
Yeah. I got it at 22. It's already on the move to 22.5 at places. So
yeah, I like it. I like it at 22 as well. I would play it probably up to 24.5. 25 would be kind of like my max. But yeah, I like it. You could even look at Long Beach State under there with the team total. But I would just prefer to just lay it with San Diego State. They bring back a lot of guys, a lot of scoring with Dutcher there. In particular, Reese Waters, excited to see what he's going to do. Hopefully he can stay healthy. But yeah, I'll just lay it and kind of avoid the 10 points in the last 2 minutes when they're down 30.
And thanks to Juice for not making me so crazy. Check your Instagram DMs, by the way. No, it happened last year too for ASU. Thank goodness. Ball Hard Brit, thanks for coming in. Looks like a good day. Yeah, hand up Furman. Check the recap earlier before the bets. If you're just tuning in, we were hand up on Furman. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, big time. Them and Murray State today.
All right, Louisiana Tech, Nevada, 9.5. Nevada's laying 9.5. Is this a home game? Over under 137.5.
Let me take a gander.
I think it is. I think it's home.
Nevada, yep, Reno at the Lawler Event Center.
I kind of like that Nevada team total. I think Alford, he's going to rely on the 3. It's going to be 73.5, 74. No. It'll be like 75.5. But again, it's not available. I can't lay points with Nevada, although I kind of want to. This will be a night game that I absolutely stay off. Potentially outside of what that team total over looks at for Nevada. I think that they could definitely be able to shoot the 3, especially in Reno. If their 3 ball's working after a lackluster year last year, But bringing back a decent amount of experience is a good thing, especially at home. They want to win right away. But I know Louisiana Tech historically has had good defensive teams, so that kind of keeps me away from the 9.5 and not just jumping right out at that over in full game over. So I'll keep an eye on that Nevada team total, but most likely not betting this game.
I kind of like Nevada here. I'm high on them this year. I have them finishing third or fourth in the Mountain West, and Louisiana Tech lost a lot. I mean, losing Bacho down low is huge already. I know they brought in a little bit of size, but still, like trying to replicate what that guy did for them for 2-3 years is going to be really tough to do. Nevada, Alford's back. I like what they brought in. I like what they returned. Being at home, new season, they always start all right, then they just flare out. So I think getting Louisiana Tech a year they lost most of their talent, and Nevada, who gained a fair amount of talent and retained some guys at home here. I think Nevada kind of runs with them. I love a lot of favorites tomorrow. That's not going to be good. That is not going to be good.
Never is, but it always is and can be at the same time.
Could be.
Yeah, this is come down a little bit. I'm seeing 8.5 on DraftKings, 8.5 on Caesars. So there's some people that are thinking, that maybe Louisiana Tech will be able to hang in there. This is probably one of the ones there on the night slate, 9 p.m. window that I'm not going to have action on. I just don't trust Alford. I don't really like betting on his teams. Last year we saw the talent that they had, but they were just so inconsistent. So it was just hard. It was like freaking, trying to find a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
Whether they're gonna, are you betting on the team that's gonna show up, or are you gonna bet on the team that's just gonna drop a dud? So personally, I'm not gonna sour my milk at the second day of the season on a Alford team. I'll see what the line does. But for right now, show purposes, I'll take Louisiana Tech plus the 8.5 for the 9.5 if you can still get it at some books.
I have 21.5, by the way, on San Diego State on Bet365. So keep an eye out there for 22.5. I know that we were talking about that, but yeah, I mean, I think Nevada we're much higher on them. Trevor makes a great point about Louisiana Tech losing a lot of pieces. I'll take the over, team total over when it comes out, but I'll be rooting for you guys on 9.5. I always got to root for Steve Alford.
Yeah, I'm seeing an 8.5 here.
Or yeah, 8.5. Stanford's winning 10 points against Portland State. Over under is 143.5. The Stanford team was impressive last year, no? And I
they had their moments.
I mean, they were impressive at times. Yeah, they had their moments. You're right. I see 11.5 a lot of places, by the way, too. 11.5, Bet365, MGM, DraftKings, Caesars is 11, ESPN freaking bet. Yeah, screw them. Freaking corporate biblical greed by ESPN. And ABC, Hard Rock 11.5, FanDuel, of course, Fugazi. Give me Portland State with the points. They're a good team. I think they on the front court they can definitely go with Stanford and match them. I'm just kind of worried if Stanford's kind of in that run and gun mode or there's a back court here. Should I take the first half instead of full game? Someone talk me into it.
Elliot, you got anything on this?
You like Stanford then?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't mind Stanford.
He said he liked all the faves, so
yeah, I don't mind them, but they're not my favorite. Like I can easily Stanford's the team where you can see wins this game by 17 or loses by 8.
It's a backdoor situation. That's what scares me.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I kind of like them, but I don't like the number. I guess I'd be with Elliot. It would be Portland State or nothing at this number, and I imagine it's probably going to go up a little bit. Would be my guess.
I haven't even said anything yet.
Oh, I thought you said Portland State. My bad.
Yeah, Elliot said it. You're right. Yep. No, it was me. I said it.
Oh, my bad.
Portland State.
No, I'm high. I'm high on Portland State this year. I got them finishing just below Montana there in the Big Sky. Feel like they're going to be a team that's a force to be reckoned with. There, we saw what the Big Sky has done this year already. I mean, NAU picked to finish last there in the Big Sky, gave Drake a run for their money. Maybe Eastern Washington is not as good as, or as not as bad as what we thought. With the fact that 6-point game to UCLA. So maybe put a little respect on the Big Sky here. Portland State, is going to be supposed to be finished at the top of the conference, just like Montana. Stanford lost a lot of pieces last year. What they lost Stoyak? No, not Stojakovic. What was that guy's name? Maxime.
Renault.
Yeah, Maxime Renault. Thank you. So I think they're going to be really just trying to figure it out without him. So I like the full game. I would just maybe wait a little bit. I think people will see Stanford Power 5 and maybe steam it up because right now, like you said, Huff, you can find a plus 11.5 out there. If it kind of sits there at plus 11.5, I'm not going to wait because I do think that Portland State's going to be able to keep it within that number. But I don't know. I'm always worried, Huff, to kind of answer your question. First half versus full game. I always typically on dogs, like it's hard, but I like to let the bet play out. In my opinion. So longer sample size gives it, especially with a team like Portland State, I think that they're respectable. If it's like a team that, is like a plus 20, plus something like that, maybe betting the first half just because you can see them get up in one half and then get just destroyed the second half. But with a team like this, I think they're still going to be able to be competitive in both halves. I don't think they're going to get ran out of the gym. So just playing the long game, playing the full 40 minutes, allowing the game of runs to kind of take effect. That's what I would do in this situation. But it's hard. I think it's it's very case dependent on the game, on the situation, what you got going on. But for me, I like Portland State here, full game plus the 11.5.
Oh, it's already moving. Perfect.
Let's go. Oh, it's moving in our direction. Like good for us.
I see a juiced 11.5 on Portland State.
Like juice
plus 115 or minus 115.
As in, like it's going to go up more.
Like it's going to go down to 11.
All right, let's take 11.5 then. Fuck it. Let's do it. And Parlay P, the man, throw a like on the show if you're in the chat. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
And, thanks again for the donation.
I mean, what your best bet is tomorrow too.
Yeah, everyone in the chat, feel free to. We only got 2 more games left on the slate. We did not do a fave parlay. I think it's just because we were on like our.
I know my Kansas leg would have hit. I know that for sure. I did my duty. Whatever it was, whatever everyone would have chose, I did my duty.
I would have said either Arizona, but probably wouldn't have done Arizona. I've probably done like I don't even know. I had so many freaking bets. Like I can't do the fave when we're doing the fave on a freaking Friday, Saturday slate. Like on those episodes, it's just so hard sometimes. But this one's a little more potential. But yeah, make sure to throw a like in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Make sure to like. This is the Pump Fake Pod. Anyone new here? We're a friendly group. We all care about each other. We're a community. Feel free to drop in the chat, drop a like. Elliot, this is his Twitter handle is I'm_money with capital E. Trevor at Stooley Picks. Myself at Michael_Huffer3. Been doing this for a couple years now. We've been handicapping for quite some time. Been tracking for about 3 or 4 years, and we came along and just started making a podcast, and now here we are. So appreciate everyone in the chat. You guys make our nights. I know it makes my nights just talking to you guys and hanging out. So thanks for dropping those plays. I know Elliot. This is Elliot's favorite team. He loves UT Martin. Why don't you take it away? I mean, I know you loved UT Martin last year. I thought.
You thought.
You did not? I thought UT Martin was a sneaky team for you.
No, I don't know. I can't remember. Last year. So UT Martin, they're gonna suck this year. I'm going. I'll lay it with UNLV. Lay the 17.5. Let me check to make sure that this is still 17.5 right now. I'm actually seeing 17.5 minus 108 there at DK. So I like it. I'll lay it. I just don't think UT Martin's going to be very good at all. They're going to enjoy their time in Vegas, and the Running Rebels are going to run it up.
Let's go. I'm in. I love that play, Elliot. I'm in. Enough said. That's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear. UT Martin is gonna go to Vegas, run it up, and this UNLV team is different than years past. Give me UNLV as well. Freaking hate laying this number normally with the Running Rebels. This isn't the 90s with Greg Anthony and all those good people, but this feels different, and I got to agree. UT Martin's gonna lay an egg out on the West Coast in the desert.
Yeah, we talked about this one on Kerms too. I kind of leaned UNLV. I like what they brought in. UT Martin's gonna be just utterly bad. Like they don't cover these games either. These bye games, like they get blown out. So this could be a good spot for UNLV to get one. But like you said, laying 17.5 with UNLV feels more like a 35-65% chance you cover laying it with them because they're so hit or miss. I'll lean UNLV. I'm not going to bet this. But yeah, Toast did say this was his dog walk of the day, was UNLV by 1 million. So we'll find out. So Toast loves it. I lean UNLV. I'm probably not going to bet this game.
UNLV himself is telling us to not do it.
Don't do it. He's saying don't do it. Don't do it.
Usually when someone doesn't believe in their team is when everybody else should.
Yeah, that's very true. He's got a little reverse jinx action. I did forget that it's Josh Pastner Day there at UNLV, opening day for him.
Yep. And a good roster
in TV for 2 years. So shit, maybe it's not the best of numbers to lay for a brand new team, brand new roster, brand new coach.
We're doing it.
But yeah, I already said my piece, so I'm gonna stick with my gut. We're gonna lay it.
It's the biggest I've ever wrote down a play in my notebook. Lord help me.
Last but not least, Rainbow Warriors go to fight some Ducks. Ducks are laying 12.5 over under 145. What say you, Huff?
It's a basketball school now. Yeah, man. Listen, we love Hawaii on the island, but now they're going to lean a little bit over in Portland. I like this Oregon team. Biddle, Shellstad. I mean, just solid players. It'll be interesting to see what the production that they lost, and I feel like that's why their number's 12.5. Media wise, they're outmatched, outranked. Preseason, they're just not as high as they have been. This number would be way higher last season and the year before if they were playing Hawaii week 1. But respect them for playing Hawaii. Hawaii's a good program, good team. But I feel like this game gets away with them from Oregon. It's going to be close somewhat. I think Hawaii will definitely stay in it in the first half, but then this game just gets away with Oregon being able to hit open shots, maybe some tough shots as well that they always kind of can. Hawaii definitely can outmatch them down low, which probably explains a little bit of the number as well too. And all of Oregon's pieces lost, but I'm not afraid of it. When they're outmatched and outranked, Dana Altman steps the fuck up. Give me the Ducks minus 12.5.
Yeah, Oregon's going to be pretty damn good this year, I think. I don't think that's going to be a shock. Hawaii loses a lot from last year. Now you're going to hit the road, go to Oregon, that weird court that always messes with people. It looks terrible on TV. Hawaii did get the I was reading they got the National JUCO Player of the Year kid from Snow University, Utah. And so I mean they got some talent, but they lost a lot, and now if you're going to put all of your offensive weight or reliability on a JUCO player to come in and step up, especially at a Big Ten school, I think that could be trouble. I think Oregon's size and returning production, Shellstad and Biddle is going to end up being too much. So I'm with you. Give me the Ducks 12.5 on this one.
Shellstad's hurt. He broke his hand.
Is he hurt?
Yeah, Shellstad's hurt. I think maybe that's why the line's so low. He broke his hand early October. He's recovering from all I've seen when I looked on it earlier. Looks like he's going to come back in end of November.
They'll play him for the Players Era Festival for sure. So yeah, I was more talking about how I'm high on Oregon. I think people are sleeping on those 1-2 punches with Shellstad and Biddle. But yeah, that does explain the line for sure.
But yeah, no, so I think that kind of explains the line. I'll be on Oregon minus the 12.5, but not quite sure if I'll bet it. I'll kind of see what it does. See how I'm doing. Shit, if I'm up some money, I'll probably end up throwing it on Oregon just as a little nightcap. But I think maybe that's why the line's a little low. Is just missing Shellstad.
All right, fave parlay, and then close it down. It's a little easier of a show than last night, but I had a lot of fun. Chat was rolling. Last night was an absolute beast that we just weren't ready to tackle yet, but we will become those big Friday night slates. Do the fave parlay though to close us out.
I'm with it. Actually, before that, what'd you guys take for Valparaiso, Eastern Illinois?
I laid it with Valpo.
Really? Even without Schwieger?
Yeah, I don't care. Fuck him. It's Roger Powell. It's Roger Powell, baby. What's your insight on EIU?
I don't know. I just kind of like EIU. I think Valparaiso it's losing Schwieger and everybody else. It kind of feels like a lot. I know they're better coach, but
I'll tell you what. I don't want to put my hard-earned money on Valparaiso, but it was a good day today. So I would be willing. But how about this? Still is hard money, but it's a personal bet. DoorDash. Whoever wins, get free little lunch, little work lunch. How's that sound? You get
stash a little. Hey, I want food delivered card in your wallet for use on a rainy day.
Yeah, exactly. But it's only good for a certain amount of time. But again, it's a little personal bet, kind of. It's a little 1v1, little side bet, illegal gambling potentially. No.
He's trying to.
I was gonna say, shake my damn hand. I just want to shake his hand.
I want to shake it. I want to shake your hand. Let me shake his hand. Oh my gosh.
Right.
So I'm taking Valparaiso 7. You get 7 points. I feel like I should get a nicer DoorDash with laying the 7 there, but I'll take it. Whatever. We'll do it.
You agreed to it.
I know. I shook it on it. I still can complain about it, but I'll shake on it. All right, that's the DoorDash. My fave parlay is going to be San Diego State minus 21.5, 22.5. Probably for you guys. I think you had 22.5. I don't think you guys have bet 365.
I see 22. Do we want to just put 22?
Yeah, that's what I said. Just do 22.5. Yeah.
22.5 or 22?
22.
22 is fine. Freaking, if you want to take the freaking void, it's fine. Oh my god, Oreos sounds so fucking good.
Who's next? Who's next?
So
You.
Me?
Yeah.
UNC Greensboro, K-State over 141.5.
Boots on the ground, favorite parlay.
Over what?
141.5.
All right. And mine's going to be Southern Utah plus 17.5.
Let's go. Southern Utah plus 17. Let's fucking All right.
All right. I'm just gonna fire that on DraftKings. We'll just see whatever it equals out to quick for a rough estimate. Portland State, or not Portland State, Southern Utah. There you are. Thank you. And then we got the over in the UNCG game. And last but not least was San Diego State.
The dog's sleeping, Virgil. We'll
Plus
get him.
590. Plus 590 on that.
I bet a favorite for a reason because the dog was just yapping. He's sleeping right now, so we'll get him out for a show. He should have been out last night. Dogs were barking a lot of times, but we'll get Franklin out for sure.
And I saw this no tender play of the day. Tender play of the day for me is retired. I grew up, got myself a girlfriend, so no more tender. It has been deleted.
It was from his Tinder play of the day is where he got. No, I'm kidding. That's not what happened. But yes, the Tinder play of the day is retired. But Trevor could bring it back potentially. But too bad you're going to be the Tinder play of the day is going to be on Green Bay every fucking time. The only reason we had Elliot do it because he was like he's Mr. Travel in the world kind of guy. He's Holiday Inn Express as can be, but he's settling his roots. God, all right, Fei parlay, San Diego State, right? We're feeling good.
We bet on Kenosha High School.
Kenosha? Oh, yeah, could do it.
Or Sheboygan.
Kenosha's just south of
Sheboygan.
Appleton. What's Appleton High School?
Appleton North, West, East.
It's that many Appletons?
Yeah.
Which one's your least favorite?
North. Rich scumbags.
Appleton North, the rich scumbags.
Yeah.
I made a couple of work calls to Appleton for my Minneapolis event. That city's fucking fucked. But anyway, that's another day. Pump Fake Pod at Pump Fake Pod. We appreciate everyone here in the chat. Chat was rocking. Brandon, Dingleberries, Helms, Virgil, Raymond, Redman, Parlay, Hasty, Ken Hat, Pump Fake Pod, the Juice, UNLV.
Keep going.
Still going. Jacob. Keeping going. Euro. Kyle. Ball Hard Brit. Appreciate you coming back, tuning in. Thank you. And then Jeff Sharp. Thank you for tuning in. We're touching them all here. It's a good community. LSU, my friend. Good to see you. I said UNLV.
I feel bad for Ball Hard Brit. She's stuck in Florida with only the Hard Rock app as the betting app. That's terrible.
That's a whole nother angle that you have to just like hurdle.
It's terrible.
Ethan, appreciate you. Oh my gosh, who else? I think that's it. All right, everyone in the chat, you guys are the freaking realists. If I missed anyone, it's I apologize. But you guys are the realists. It makes the world go around here at the Pump Fake Pod as well. And Virgil, shout out Virgil. Thank you so much for the $10. Let's get that money. Appreciate you. Yes, we're going to get that money. Looks like it was a good day for the boys. Day one here in the long term. Let's hope it's another good day. Let's cash all of our bets, cash your guys' bets. Bet responsibly, bet smart, but this is why we do it. This is a great community. You know, we had people bouncing around all those chats last night in different shows. We got tons of shows, tons of availability. And this community is great that we have. I love it. Appreciate all you guys. So thanks for everything. Seriously. And Virgil, thank you for the donation. That means a lot. All right. Pump Fake Pod. Like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Peace and love.
Toodles.